Welcome to Commander by Cutestuff. I know, this never happens. I only ever show up if I need to correct Daenen in his deck for being too nice with those dragons. If you're expecting a dragon's deck here, I'm sorry to disappoint you. If you're expecting an unbridled evilness, you may enjoy this thing I have in store for you today. This deck was designed by Daenen. But before I give you the commander and the deck, let me explain a little bit of the history of this thing. I love kaijus. I have loved Godzilla since I was 4 years old. Daenen pointed out to me and helped me realize a truth about myself. Godzilla is my happy place. In fact, when Daenen told me about the kaiju cards that came out in Ikoria, I didn't believe him. There is no way Toho would allow Magic to use their kaijus. Toho has been burned before, especially with American companies using the Godzilla and defiling the name. Yet, somehow, WotC did it. So when they announced that they are going to do the Toho variants of cards, of course, I had to have it. My very own Godzilla-themed deck. But there are so many Godzilla cards in a variety of colors. How can I deny having the rest of the kaijus? Are you really gonna leave out Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan, King Caesar, or Mechagodzilla? I don't think so. So early in the planning, we knew it needed to be 5 colors, and none of the kaijus would fit the bill. That's okay though. There are plenty of commanders we can choose from to give us the colors we want. But the struggle was theme. And the more you watch kaiju films, the more you can see a theme come out. Destruction. But not just any destruction. I wanted land destruction. I already warned you guys, this deck is evil. Daenen was worried about me running a land destruction deck too. He asked me how evil I wanted it to be. So I looked him straight in the face and said, I want people to flip the table. Before we go on, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. I've been thrilled with the way this channel has grown and can't wait to see how it will continue to grow. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Daenen. There are several tiers to choose from, including one created specifically for Commander content. For just $25 a month, Daenen will make you a custom Commander deck and even do a video on it. With that out of the way, let's move on to the video. Now to be fair, I've played this deck 3 times, and it hasn't happened yet. So it's not quite a table-flipping evil deck, but it is something I think about breaking out every time I sit across from a jerk player. Most of my opponents, I would never play this deck against them. But every once in a while, I find some jerk who deserves this deck's wrath. So we are building a 5-color, evil land destruction deck. And commanding this abomination was easy. Child of Alara is Woober casting cost, 6/6 Trampler. She also says, when Child of Alara dies, destroy all non-land permanents. They can't be regenerated. And I know that Child specifically doesn't destroy lands, but fear not, I do plenty of that in this deck. So what do we want? What is the purpose? To be blunt, the purpose is to get your opponents mad and to scoop. I don't actually want to win with this deck. This is more about teaching a lesson rather than winning. In an actual match, I would expect this deck to lose. But I would also expect for at least one person to scoop, because having lost too many lands and other stuff is really going to prevent many decks from recovering. So before we get into the deck list, let's keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. 10 pieces of card advantage, although we may reduce this since our goal isn't to win. 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, but this will be higher since our purpose is to destroy the board over and over again. 2 pieces of graveyard hate, but to be honest, we don't really worry about that in this deck too much. And 1 sudden I win card. But again, we'll probably forgo this too since we aren't really trying to win. So let's start with our lands. We are running Command Tower, all 10 shocks, all 10 artifact bridges, because it's nice when I go around destroying lands and I still get to keep some of mine. And 2 of each of the basics. Now, just so you know, I do run the Secret Lair Godzilla lands, because they really do belong in this deck. As far as mana ramp goes, we are running Rampant Growth, Farseek, Cultivate, Sakura Tribe Elder, Smothering Tithe, and the Great Henge. Our mana rocks consist of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Mind Stone, Thrawn Dynamo, Fire Mind, and Chromatic Lantern. Our card advantage consists of Windfall, Growth Spiral, Guardian Project, Brainstorm, Brought Back, Cold-Eyed Selkie, and Tatiovic Benthic Druid. Our interaction consists of Unbreakable Formation, Boros Charm, Dovin's Veto, Assassin's Trophy, By Force, Negate, and because I'm a monster, God Pharaoh Statue. Which brings us to our board wipe. We are running Armageddon, Apocalypse, Decree of Pain, Obliterate, Cleansing Nova, Decree of Annihilation, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Merciless Eviction, Swords to Plowshares, and D-Spark. And before you start yelling about Swords to Plowshares and D-Spark not being board wipes, remember, I only use them to kill Child of Allura, which does make it a board wipe. Now for the reason this abomination of a deck was created. We have Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Godzilla, Primeval Champion, Godzilla, Doom Inevitable, Space Godzilla, Death Corona, BioQuartz Space Godzilla, Baby Godzilla, Ruin Reborn, Mothra, Supersonic Queen, Mothra's Great Cocoon, Rodan, Titan of Winged Fury, Mechagodzilla, Battle Fortress, Mechagodzilla, The Weapon, Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. Destroya, Perfect Life Form. Dorat, the Perfect Pet. Anguirus, Armored Killer. Batra, the Dark Destroyer. King Caesar, Ancient Guardian. King Caesar, Awoken Titan. Biolante, Plant Beast Form. Gigan, Cyberclaw Terror. Sun Titan, and Slippery Boggle. So now that we have all of our cards, let's compare it to our checklist. 53 mana sources, split between 41 lands and 21 pieces of ramp. A little high, but remember, I'm blowing up lands, so it's fine. 7 pieces of card advantage, a little low, but we were expecting it, so again, it's fine. 7 pieces of interaction, again, a little low, but we make up for it with our 10 board wipes, which is higher than most decks, but really, since it's part of the essence of the deck, it's good. No graveyard hate, no sudden I win cards. Unless you want to count having a Godzilla deck as a win, in which case we will always win for having it. So the deck checks all the boxes and is a nightmare to play against. But it's really what I wanted out of this. Yes, I'm a monster, and yes, I have a gleeful smile when I break this out. I suppose you could easily build a cheaper version of this deck by getting the non-kaiju variants of the deck. It's only $650. But why would you want Zilortha, Strength Incarnate, instead of Godzilla, King of the Monsters? Between the better variants and prettier themed basic lands, this deck is more expensive and is just shy of $1,000. But it's worth it. So was Daenen right? Should I have picked a different theme? How would you build a kaiju deck? What's your least favorite deck to play against? And what's your favorite kaiju film? Leave a comment or 6 below. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this change of pace, and don't worry, Daenen will be back for the next video. I don't keep him locked up or anything like that. My evilness does have limits. After all, I didn't put Tainted Strike in the deck. Not yet, anyways. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our patrons: Jiraiya, Waffles, Muffins, Casey, Danny, Nick, Marcus, Black Dragon, Phoenix of Ice, and Daniel. You guys are awesome. Daenen posts new Commander deck videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like so many of us are, feel free to check out Daenen's other channel, Musings by Daenen. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time on Commander by Cutestuff. I mean Daenen! Commander by Daenen.